Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm not here with Geeky Sparkles in this video. I'm going to talk about Twitch, kind of the utter state of Twitch at this point, and the Dr. Disrespect situation. Now, before I get into the video, I want to be very clear. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty of the Dr. Disrespect situation because it doesn't matter what you say, you're going to piss somebody off, right? If you say nothing, you piss people off. People were actually pissed off in the comments that we haven't addressed it in a video. The long and short of it is, from what I understand, is the reason Dr. Disrespect got fired from Twitch was because he was texting a minor. That's why they got rid of him 4 years ago. Now he's saying nothing inappropriate happened. Then I guess he put a statement out, said it was a minor. Then he took the minor part out, but people already have it. And there was a lawsuit with Twitch because he was a partner, and now he's losing all of his sponsorships. People think he might get booted off of YouTube soon. It's a mess. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about the Dr. Disrespect situation because, again, we have people that are very polarized as to what they think. I mean, my personal opinion is when you're over 40 years old, well, he would have been late 30s at the time, but don't be texting minors. If you know they're a minor, don't be doing it. But that being said, we've got some people, that worked at Twitch that are claiming they know that things are so much worse than the Dr. Disrespect situation. Things are really bad. And I'm looking at this because, we tend to look at everything from kind of a business perspective, right? Kind of a nuts and bolts numbers perspective. I think Dr. Disrespect in this situation might wind up taking Twitch down with him. Twitch is not in a very good place right now. They've lost a lot of their streamers to Kick. Kick was throwing a bunch of money at them. Some people jumped to YouTube. They have been laying people off like crazy. And it's very clear that Twitch is not important to Amazon. Amazon is a company that makes, unfathomable amounts of money. And whatever revenue Twitch is bringing in probably isn't worth the aggravation of constantly having negative headlines. That's all Twitch has had. I mean, that's all they've had for the last couple of years now, laying people off, controversies with streamers. They had the whole thing where they allowed adult content on the site and then they walked it back, but now they do. And, if Dr. Disrespect is talking to people, then I guarantee you other people are, and it's going a lot further, which is what this one person seems to be indicating, that things are very, very bad. And I think Amazon will probably, just an opinion, to keep, to wash its hands of the situation and avoid potential legal liability, will either shut Twitch down or divest themselves of Twitch. And I kind of said something about this a year ago. I think it was last year. I talked about it, that I think we're looking at end stage Twitch. And I think this could be the kill shot. Because, if I were a suit and I'm like, man, this company is not even bringing in any meaningful revenue and it's constant drama. There's so much more effort in keeping Twitch up and running and having to deal with this than there is to just shut it down. Like, this isn't as easy as just letting people publish their ebooks, right? And we don't have to deal with the headache. This is like our name gets dragged through the headlines and Amazon gets dragged every time one of these streamers does something stupid or we do something stupid, and it might not be worth it for them. I'm just saying the amounts of money that we're dealing with might not be worth it for them. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please give us a sub if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much. Yeah, so you can go back and look at our previous videos talking about the financial state of Twitch. It's not good. It really isn't good. And then we had some of their bigger streamers jump ship for Kick. Kick was throwing out mad money. Now, is Kick still a thing? Like, I don't hear anybody talking about it. But now we got the Dr. Disrespect situation. And I'll cover it briefly. Again, I'm not going to go into detail. I'm sure you've got people out there doing 6-hour live streams talking about Dr. Disrespect, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm a massive fan of Dr. Disrespect. I'm familiar with him, but I don't watch him regularly, right? I just know that this year we've had a lot of streamers get involved in a lot of controversy, and my own personal opinion, being of a certain age, and that age being about the age of Dr. Disrespect, is there's some things you just shouldn't do, especially if you're a pretty well-known e-celebrity, because you're absolutely positively going to get busted at some point. I'm just saying. But this is coming from The Verge. And again, I'm going to stick to the facts here. Disrespect shared details of the ban in a lengthy post to X. He basically admitted it. He said, everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Yeah, because he probably had an NDA. They had a settlement or whatever. Now, 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations. I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. On Friday, a former Twitch employee posted on X that he was caught because he got caught sexting a minor. Another former Twitch employee told The Verge that he was banned over messages sent to a minor that discussed meeting up at TwitchCon. The reports offer the first details of his ban since it was issued in 2020. And again, it was weird because nobody knew for years, like, why was he actually banned? Why was he banned? In his statement, Beam, is that his last name? Beam says that there were messages between him and an unnamed minor back in 2017. So he said, yeah, there was. But he said there were no real intentions behind the messages. No pictures were shared. The two never met. Should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. No, Dr. Disrespect. You should not have. But it's neither here nor there. It happened. But you should not have. Yeah, he had a 2-year exclusive contract on Twitch months before he was removed. And then, he kind of rebuilt everything on YouTube, and then this came out. He said no wrongdoing was acknowledged and they paid out the whole contract. There's been considerable fallout for him since the details emerged. And again, I'm just going over the news on this. Midnight Society, a video game studio he co-founded, announced it ended a relationship with him. So apparently they've got to have some kind of a morality clause or something in there. And the head of the studio said, if you appropriately message a minor, I cannot work with you. Turtle Beach, they severed ties with him. We will not be continuing our partnership with him. After his ban from Twitch, he resumed streaming on YouTube and garnered more than 4.7 million subs there. At the end of a stream yesterday, he said he was fatigued and considering an extended break. After today's statement, he appeared defiant and said he's going to resume streaming after a vacation with his family. So this was about Twitch whisper messages, right? Which was, I guess, a thing they had. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with Twitch. We tried it about 8-ish years ago. They actually tried to lure us over because we were doing webcomics at the time. They're trying to lure us over to do more than video games, and that just didn't work out. Basically, Twitch isn't for gamers anymore. For the most part, Twitch is for e-celebrities and, e-ladies, e-girls, whatever you want to call them. Not so much for gamers. But this guy here used to work for Twitch, right? Realm 714. In real life streamer in Southern California, Twitch partner, former staff at Blizzard. Okay, this is what he said. And I think that if it were me, and I'd be looking at the situation with Twitch, and I'd be like, oh my God, we're not making money. And then every other month, even outside of Dr. Disrespect, we're having problems. We're getting negative headlines. We're laying people off. I'd be like, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Shut it down. I've seen people shut down message boards in the past because they're like, it's not worth the aggravation of trying to wrangle these idiots. There's several like nerd message boards that the reason they shut them down was because people kept posting stupid shit. And it was not worth the time and effort to try to wrangle these people. And in some cases, when they shut the board down, people start crying about censorship or whatever. It's like, well, you're not the one that has to manage all of it. Right. We kind of did this with our Discord. We had a Clownfish Discord, and I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. And I would disappear for like a month at a time. And I'd come back to it and be like, what the hell is going on here? Like, I don't care what you guys post, but it's got our name attached to it. And it's like, I can't do that. So we actually turned it over to some fans because I'm like, you guys want to run it? You want to take responsibility for it? You can do that, but I can't be here to run it. So I think in a lot of ways, it's better to just shut it down if it's like user generated content. Personal opinion. Realm 714 says, I don't think most people have an idea of how bad things were behind the scenes at Twitch. I literally worked in the department that had access to the most data and information. I saw private whispers, etc. It was literally my job to investigate them daily. I saw things every day I wish I never had to see. I always advocated for being a good human. Always expressed with heavy emotion on my streams how Twitch let pedophiles run free. Wow. Every day. I signed an NDA and afraid to get into trouble, but I have to say something. It's been bothering me for so long. These sick Fs don't deserve to be free. Twitch has become a very sexualized platform. I mean, it has. It has. It used to be about video games. It used to be people playing Fortnite and Minecraft, and yeah, that's still there, but that's not the main business. You know, the fact that they pivoted and were going to let people post whatever the hell they wanted to on, you know, and it lasted like a day, but this is an Amazon product, and Amazon being Amazon, they don't, again, I don't think they want to be associated with this forever. And this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I could be wrong. They might be like, yeah, Twitch money is great. But my understanding is, like, if the Twitch money was great, they would put up with it. But I don't even think the Twitch money is great. I think the Twitch money is bad. That's why they're laying so many people off. Sorry, it's pretty vague. He says, I'm literally afraid for legal and safety reasons. Wish I could explain more, but I wanted to let you guys know half the shit you assume is probably true. Of course, I reported everything I saw directly to authorities within minutes. It's also highly illegal to save anything related to these cases. Look up CSAM laws, CSAM laws. Let's just pray investigations complete. Investigations are completed and creeps are held accountable. Thanks for the support. Alinity here says your job is to go through streamers' private messages. That is kind of alarming, but I guarantee you that there are people at these different social media companies looking through your stuff. I mean, we know that Adobe is looking through people's files. Now, we know that Facebook will look through your messages. I guarantee you Google's probably looking through your stuff. Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is, like, one, yeah, the lack of privacy is concerning, but I'm also like, did you really think you weren't going to get caught? Like, people doing this stuff and sending messages via these corporate products that are monitored. Did you really think you weren't going to get caught if you were doing something illegal? And I'm not talking just Dr. Disrespect. I don't know the extent of what he did or did not do. Just in general. Do not use a corporate product that could have somebody looking at it to do illegal shit. You know, because it's like you're going to get caught at some point. This isn't rocket science. And if you're an e-celebrity, again, just a general rule of thumb, look at what happened with Rooster Teeth. You know, look at what happened with, unfortunately, with Ed Pistor. You will get caught at some point in time. Absolutely. Because people talk. They always talk. They always, you know what I'm saying? Like, just don't be stupid. That's it. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Don't do this. But that's just me. Anyway, Alinity says, I mean, I'm sorry there were so many shady people that did unspeakable things. I don't feel comfortable knowing someone was going through my private messages. You must be new. She used to work for Rooster Teeth, right? Just based off reports, my conscience is as clean as a whistle. I'm down to talk about what really happens. Just need proper platform, I guess. Well, we know Twitter was going through people's DMs. So you're saying there are more creators we should be looking at. He knows some names he's not going to say. That's probably true. I mean, I'm sorry. When your brand is your body, too, I guarantee you've got people sending you lewd pics, and you know you could be sending them right back. I have no idea. You know, this is not like we talk about nerd shit on this channel. We're in real life very, very boring people. You know, we're very married and we're very boring. I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but you know, I don't understand the thought process behind a lot of this stuff. I really don't. Savvy Artist says NDAs don't stop you from speaking about a crime. If you have information or a cause for investigation, take it to authorities, talk to someone. There are lawyers who will tell you if what you know can lead to investigations. Elite Tech CEO says, is he actually an Elite Tech CEO? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that at some point, no NDA could hold you liable to legal proceedings if you're disclosing criminal behavior that's being covered up or ignored. I believe at this point, you possibly have a responsibility to the people you're hired to protect. So you're saying Twitch just lets this happen. No wonder they paid Doc. Well, that could, look, I'm not a lawyer. I haven't been following this super close. But yeah, I mean, it could be that if there was a big legal fiasco, if there was a court case, if there was discovery, that it could come out that this is actually very common on Twitch. And that just, like I said, so this takes me back to the point of the video, which is how long until Amazon gets tired of it? How long until Amazon's like, damn, we're getting really close to this affecting the rest of our business. People aren't going to buy Kindle books off of us now because we've got a bunch of sex pests on our platform. I'm not the CEO of Amazon, but if I was, I'd be like, you know what? It's not worth it. Even if we're making a little bit of profit on it, it is not worth the liability because it affects everything else that we do. And I'd be like, let's sell it. Let's cut it loose. Let's shut it down or something. I mean, if they said, hey, we're not going to allow any of this kind of content on our platform anymore, they would go tits up, no pun intended, tomorrow because they open the floodgates, and that's predominantly what's making the money, as I understand it, on Twitch now, not game streamers, but, bathtub and, pool videos and that kind of thing. Lady streams. Sounds like somebody's username, lady streams, but that's what's making most of the money, as I understand it. Again, Twitch is a very different place from when we used it. You could have exposed something long ago. Here you are telling us now you saw these things. Now it upsets you. Now you have something to say. You're a coward and milking the moment, says Sawyer. If you aren't going to expose people, there's no point in making such a dramatic post. But you probably can't. I can't be quiet anymore. Sorry, I didn't say anything of value. I'm scared of legal issues. Cork it, man. It's actually illegal to enforce an NDA when there are crimes being committed, says a Tommy Say. Gasp. Have you all opened Twitch in the last year? That is exactly it. Like, what do you think Twitch is at this point? Everybody knows what Twitch is. It's like a softcore site is what it is now. It's not a gaming site. There's streams going on, but they're not game streams. And we're not always talking about streaming. I'm sure there's some other streaming going on. It's criminal if you have to speak out. If it's criminal, you have to speak out. No NDA can stop someone from reporting actual crimes. Well, maybe they're not actual crimes. Maybe it's just creepy. What you're talking about is not proprietary information, says Sam Slots. So 17-year-old, yeah, see, this is probably why they paid out. A 17-year-old was allowed to create an account on 18-plus platform, then was used as bait for a while Doc's private messages to her were being monitored. They could be incriminated, yeah. I mean, that's probably why they paid him. They're like, this goes to court, it goes to discovery, and things are going to get really messy. And it's going to look really, really bad for Twitch. And that's probably why they paid him. Just make him go away. It's like, you don't talk about it, we don't talk about it. Sometimes that's how lawsuits end. I think about some of the lawsuits that, we were following that ended in settlement, and you're never going to hear what actually happened. It's basically both sides decided it wasn't worth fighting it anymore, or it was going to make the other side look worse if they did, or it was going to cost too much, or whatever the deal is. And then they just mutually decide, hey, we're going to settle. This amount of money is going to exchange hands, and you're not going to talk about us, and we're not going to talk about you. And that's how it ends. It's not very dramatic. It's not like Perry Mason, right? It's like, you're the guy, you're the, a big dramatic moment. Very seldom are lawsuits big dramatic moments. Either say it all or keep moving, buddy. Yeah, I think this is it. I think this might be it for Twitch. Just a hunch. But I've said it before and it hasn't happened, but they're already in a weakened state, and this could be the kill shot. So I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.